Welcome to this platform. This is STEM Made Familiar. In this video, we're going to revise the KNEC sample paper. Without saying much, let us dive into the question. Number 1 reads, Sarah recorded the following numbers in a field book. Here we have a half, 5/1/2, -8, and 0.6. Which of the number is an integer? So which one of the number from here is an integer? From definition, know that integers are positive whole numbers, negative whole numbers, and 0. So positive whole numbers, for example, 1, 2, 3, and so on. Negative whole numbers, so for example, -7, -2, any negative number, and 0. These are integers, and therefore from the option, a half is a fraction, not an integer. 5/1/2 is a fraction also, not an integer. 0.6 is a decimal, not an integer. And therefore, the only integer we have is -8. Therefore, for number 1, the answer is D. We continue to number 2. 3 buckets have capacities of 16 liters, 12 liters, and 20 liters. The buckets were filled with water using a container. What is the capacity of the largest container that was used to fill each of the buckets in an exact number of times? So we underline here largest container and used to fill. So when you hear largest container, that is simply what we call the GCD. So our work is to get the GCD of 16, 12, and 20. So I'm going to write here. So here we have 16, here we have 12, here we have 20. This is a very simple question. So we start by a number that can divide both numbers. So we start by 2. So here we get 8, here we get 6, here we get 10. And then we can use 2 again. So by 2, here we get 4, yeah, 6 divided by 2, 3, here we have 5. There's no number that can divide 4, 3, and 5, and therefore the GCD is equals to, it is 2 times 2. Therefore, the largest container is 4 liters, and therefore the answer is A. We continue to number 3. A very easy question. A farmer harvested, here we have a number, pieces of pineapples. What is the number rounded off to the nearest 100,000s? So you know that we start from the left with ones. So this is, I'm going to write here, if the number here is 2, 4, 8. Then here we have 6, 7, 1, 2. So this is ones we start with. This is ones, we go to tens, we go to hundreds, we go to thousands, and then tens of thousands, and then 100,000. So we stand here. So we look at the next number. If it is 5 or more, we add 1. So you can see it is more than 5, and therefore we add 1 here. So it will be 2, 5, and then we replace these other numbers with 0. So 0 ni ngapi? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this number will be 2,500,000. So from the option, I can see the correct option is D. We continue to number 4. The price of a liter of petrol at a station was 199.08 Kenyan shillings. David wrote the price of 2 significant figures. Write the price to 2 significant figures. Which of the following is the price to 2 significant figures? So maybe I teach you something on significant figures because this one confuses a lot of students. So any number between 1 and 9 are significant. So for example, if you have a number like 217, we count significant figures from the right. Tunaanzia huku. So this is 1, 2, 3. This number has 3 significant figures. If you have 45, 76, how many significant figures are here? 1, 2, 3, 4. Here we have 4 significant figures. And then number 0, this is now the challenging part. 0 can be significant or not significant depending with its position. So for example, if you have 0 between 2 significant figures, kio katikati ya namba kama 2, 0, 4. Kio katikati ya 2 ni significant, 4 pia ni significant. So we count these as significant figure. So this number has how many significant figures? 1, 2, 3. Sawa sawa. So 0 ikiwa katikati is significant. When 0 is before a number, for example, we have 0.0024. Ikiwa mbele ya significant figures, don't count them as significant figures. So this number has how many significant figures? Hizi ya uhesabu, utahesabu 1, 2. So it has 2 significant figures. I hope you are getting. So for this example, here we have 199.08. This number has how many significant figures? We count from right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But we want now to 2 significant figures. So tunaanza 1, 2. We stand here. You look at the next number. It is 5 or more. We add 1. You can see 9 is more than 5. Add up 1. Inakuwa 10. Hapo inakuwa. So it will have 2. Then 0. But the number was 199. So you cannot have 20. And therefore, option B is not the answer. Even A is not the answer. Ulikuwa na 199 shillings and therefore, you cannot round it off to, you cannot say it is 20. So, we remain with C and D. Look at D. How many significant figures are here? When you have a decimal point after a number, for example, 2.0. When 0 is after a decimal point, we count it as significant figures. Kwa hivyo iko na 2 significant figures. For this one, we can count. This is 1, 2, 3, 4. This one has 4 significant figures and therefore not the answer. And therefore, we remain with C. And therefore, the answer is C. We continue to number 5. I hope you have understood significant figures. I know it is very challenging, but take your time, you'll understand it. Number 5. Peter worked out a question on indices and got the answer as p squared. Which of the following is equivalent to p squared? So you have options A, B, C, D. We're going to work out using the laws of indices. So for example, here we have p power 4. Here we have p power 4 multiplied by p power 2. You know that when you're multiplying two numbers with the same base, we add the powers. So that is the law of indices. To multiply, same base, here we have p, just add the powers. Pick one base, p moja, add the powers. 4 plus 2, we get 6. And here we have p power 2, and therefore this is not the answer. If we go to option C, call the power of power. So for example, we have p power 4 and then raised to another power. So what we do usually, you take what is inside, it is p, then you multiply the powers. 4 times 2, get 8. You can see also C is not the answer. What about p power 4 minus p power 2? You will not get p squared. What about B? We are dividing two numbers with the same base. We subtract the powers. So here we have p power 4 divided by p squared. Simply pick one base, 1p, subtract the powers. 4 minus 2, you'll get it is 2. And therefore, the answer is p squared, which we have here. And therefore, for number 5, the answer is B. We continue to number 6, a very simple question. This is grade 9 work on equations of straight line. The equation of a line was given as 4x minus 3y minus 7 is equals to 0. What is the gradient of the line? So our work here is to arrange this equation in the form y is equals to mx plus c. Kazi yetu ni kupanga. On the left, we have y. On the right, we have mx plus c. So here we have 4x minus 3y minus 7 is equals to 0. So let us arrange. We take everything to the right, except in number equal to y. So here we remain with negative 3y. Take everything else to the right. So in 4x, it is positive. We can now go negative. So here we have minus 4x. This is negative 7. It is negative. We can now go positive. So plus 7. We want y. Remember here we have y. So we remove this thing that is in front of y. We divide by negative 3 both sides. Here by negative 3. Also here by negative 3. Also here by negative 3. So that we can remain with. So if e na cancel, tunabaki na y is equals to negative 4 na negative 3 na kuwa positive. Negative na negative positive. So ni 4 over 3x. Positive na negative, if you divide it is negative minus 7 over 3. And therefore, we want the gradient. Gradient ni number iko mbele ya x. So the m is the gradient. So you come here, hiyo kitu iko mbele ya x, the number, you read it. So this is 4 over 3. And therefore, our gradient m is 4 over 3. And therefore, from the options, the answer is C. We continue to number 7. Joel requires at least 20 minutes to walk from home to school. Let x represent the time taken by Joel to walk from home to school. Which of the following inequalities represent the time taken by Joel? So very important when you hear the word at least and we have another word at most. So we have to know those two words are very important. So at least namaanisha aje. For example, kiambiwa go and call for me at least 10 students. So at least, here we have at least. So at least 10 students. Inamaanisha aje? Inamaanisha the least number of the students should be 10. So inamaanisha ni 10 kuendelea. I want 10 students, 11 and so on. So least is 10 kupanda. Ukisikia at most 5 students. At most, so inamaanisha let the highest number be 5. Inamaanisha aje? Ni 5 kurudi chini. So ni at least is greater or equal to, so 10 kupanda. And at most ni kuteremuka, so less or equal to. So here we have at least 20 minutes and x is the time. So time will be x. At least inamaanisha nachukua 20 minutes na kuendelea. So it is greater or equal to 20. And therefore the answer is C. For number 7, the answer is C. I hope umeelewa hiyo. We continue to number 8. Otenyo and Carissa bought pens, exercise books and pencils at the beginning of the term. The number of pens, books and pencils bought by each was represented by the matrix below. Here we have the matrix. What is the order of the matrix? So remember, I tell students when you hear the order, just remember RC. What is R? R is row, then C is column. So these are the rows, kwenda hivi. These are the rows. Hivi ni row, pia hivi ni row. Column ni gani? Hizi zimesimama. Column. So you count how many rows? This is 1, 2. So it is a 2 by, so you use multiplication. And then how many columns? So ni hizi zimesimama. So I'm going to use another pen. So E6 and 5, 1 column, 13 and 12, another. So it is a 2 by 3 matrix. And therefore the answer is A. Number 9 on trigonometry, very easy. Winnie placed a tube against a wall as shown. You can see here we have a tube and then we have a wall here. The top of the tube was 2.7 meters from the bottom of the wall. The foot of the tube was 3.6 meters from the wall. Which of the following calculations will give the length of the tube? So we want the length of the tube. So remember, this is a wall. Of course, it is a straight line, and therefore this is where we have 90 is equal to. Therefore, we know that when you have 90 here, the one that is opposite is the hypotenuse. So this one is the hypotenuse. So you can call this a shorter side A and this B. Use Pythagoras hiyo sasa to get this height. So we know that A squared, and call this C or hypotenuse. A squared plus E squared is equals to C squared. So A ni nini? 3.6 squared plus B ni nini? 2.7 squared is equals to C squared, which is the length of our tube. So if you want to get C, it is the square root of these two. So C, because ukiangalia hapo answers ziko in form of waja solve. So C will be the square root of, sasa hii iko hapo ndani, 3.6 squared plus 2.7 squared. It takes square root on both sides, and therefore coming to the option, you can see the correct answer is A, not B, not C, not D. So hii iko na 3.6 squared plus 2.7 squared. We continue to number 10. Anne made a semicircular tablecloth. The diameter of the tablecloth was 42 centimeters. She binded the edge of the tablecloth with a ribbon. What was the length of the ribbon used? So semicircular cloth, I'm going to draw here a sketch. So in semicircle, in other terms, it is a semicircle. So ni nusu circle. Hii hapana. Tuchore ingine better. So hii ni gani hiyo? Nimepotea sasa. Semicircular cloth. You draw a better. That one is better. Kama si perfect. So the diameter is 42. So yeah, from here to here it is 42 centimeters. So she binded the edge. Edge inamaanisha aje? Huku mwisho aliweka nini? Ribbon. So ameweka edge huku mwisho. So huku ameweka ribbon hivi kuzunguka. So tunataka nini? The length of the ribbon. So in other words, you want circumference of this shape. So circumference kuzunguka huku, urudi huku. So that circumference is equals to hii ni nusu circle, unaanza na half because ni nusu, half by D. So hii ni hapa, half by D, and then una add the diameter. So kutoka hapa from A to B, circumference yake ndio hiyo, then una add diameter, so plus D. So it will be a half times pi tutumia gani? 22/7 times diameter is 42 plus diameter is 42. Pick your calculator, let us work together. So a half times 22/7 times 42 utapata ni 66. So ya kwanza ni 66 plus ya pili ni 42. So 66 plus 42, we'll see the answer is 108. So it is 108 centimeter. That is the length of this ribbon. So for number 10, the answer is B. We continue to number 11, another very good example. A milk company sells yogurt in cylindrical cups, so in a cylinder. Each cup has a diameter of 7 centimeters and a height of 10 centimeters. The company sold 385 liters of yogurt. How many cups of yogurt were sold? The first step is to get the volume of this cylinder. You know that volume is equals to pi r squared h for a cylinder, pi r squared h. We have to get the volume of this cup. So the volume will be pi is 22 over 7. Radius, kumbuke in diameter, 7 centimeter. Hivyo radius ni nusu, divide by 2. So it is 3.5 squared multiplied by the height at 10. So this will be, if you multiply keenly, take your calculator, let us work together. And 2 all over 7 times 3.5 squared times 10, you'll see it is 385. So this is 385 cubic centimeter, because the units are in centimeter. And then here we have, so in here cup moja. So one cup, its volume is 385 cubic centimeter. You need to rub here so that you can work out. So remember, we'll use how many liters? 385 liters. So the most important thing is to convert, because in centimeter cubic 9 liters, we know that 1 liter, 1 liter is equals to 1,000 cubic centimeter. So ask yourself, what about 385 liters? Itakuwa ngapi? So 385 liters itakuwa ngapi? So you cross multiply, very easy, I know you know. So if you multiply 385 times 1,000, it will be 385,000 cubic centimeter. Hii ndo waliuza. Na cup moja ndo hii volume yake. So unauliza how many cups were sold. To get the number of cups, very easy. We pick waliuza ngapi divided by the volume of 1 cup. So it will be, so the number of cups itakuwa ni 385,000 divided by 385. So hiyo na hiyo 1. So it is 1,000 cups. So the answer is 1,000. Hayo hiyo umeona. So number 11, the answer is C. Number 12, we continue. Nyaboke walked from her home to the market. She walked at a speed of 4 kilometers per hour and took 30 minutes to reach the market. On her way back, she took 40 minutes to reach home. What was Nyaboke's speed on her way back? Very easy. So hapa tuko na Nyaboke na nyumbani, home na market. So we're going to draw a straight line so that you can visualize this. This is the home, this is the market. Ametembea, speed yake ni 4 kilometers per hour na akachukua 30 minutes. The first step is to get the distance from our home to the market. We know that speed is equal to distance over time. So if you want distance is equals to multiply times t, distance is equals to speed times time. So our work is to get the distance from home to the market. So distance itakuwa ni nini? So distance itakuwa ni speed ya Nyaboke ni 4 kilometers per hour. So 4 kilometers per hour times time in 30 minutes. Remember hapa ni kilometers per hour. We have to convert this into hours. So we divide by 60, or it is a half. So it is 30 over 60 hours. If we multiply that, it will down the distance. So 4 times a half, or 30 over 60 is 2. You'll see it is 2. Distance is 2 kilometers. So from home to the market, it is 2 kilometers. On our way back, she took 40 minutes. So bado distance is the same, haibadiliki. So you want now to get the speed. We continue. Now the speed will be distance over time. Distance tumepata ni 2 kilometers. Remember, over, tumeambia amechukua 40 minutes. So itakuwa ni change. So 40 over 60. So we can say divide by. So because over and divide by. So 2 kilometers divide by. So divide by 40 over 60. I'm changing into hours. So this will be 2 kilometers. So 2, change the sign. flip this fraction, so times 60 over 40. You multiply that, 2 times 60 over 40, you'll see the answer is 4. The answer is, we want what? 40 over 60. So if you multiply this, so by 0, you'll see that 2 times 6 over 4, the answer is 3. So it is 3 kilometers per hour. So speed yake, it is 3 kilometers per hour. And therefore, from the options, the answer is B. We continue to number 13. Mweni measured the temperature of a liquid as 48 degrees Celsius. Which of the following calculations gives the correct temperature in Kelvin? So anytime you're changing degrees Celsius to the SI unit of temperature, which is Kelvin, remember we add 273. We add 273. And to change back, it is vice versa. So when we add, we subtract. So to change, it is 48 plus 273 or 273 plus 48. So it is not B, not dividing, not multiplying, and therefore the answer is A. We continue to number 14. A shop allowed a 10% discount on all items sold. Ahmed bought a shirt at shilling 720 from the shop. Which calculations give the marked price of the shirt? So remember, as always, I usually give one question and an assignment. So for number 14, kindly tell us which one is the correct option. Is it A, is it B, is it C, or is it D? Tell us in the comment section so that we can also learn together. Continue to number 15. The base of a liter bin is in the shape of a regular pentagon as shown. Determine the size of the angle marked Y. So here you have a leading information. Pentagon means the sides are 5. So if we hear pentagon, inamaanisha iko na sides ngapi? 5. If you hear hexagon, it's good to know these things. Hexagon, so 6, iko na X, kwa hivyo hiyo ni 6. If you hear heptagon, sides ni 7. Ukisikia octagon, sides ni 8. Ukisikia nonagon, 9. And then decagon, 10. A decade, 10 years. So decagon is 10. So our work, here we have, need to get Y. And notice Y iko ndani. This is interior angle. So this is interior. What is the size of the interior angle? You know that? It's very easy. So we have so many ways of doing this. You know that if you want now to get this interior angle, you can first get the exterior angle. Because you know that exterior angle enye iko nje is equals to 360. Tandike vizuri. It is 360 over n. So exterior is equals to 360 over n, where n is the number of sides. So exterior angle will be 360 over, tumesema pentagon ni 5 sides, so it is divided by 5. So 360 divided by 5, you'll see it is 72. So exterior ni 72 degrees. Inamaanisha aje? Exterior ni ya nje. So for example, if I can draw a line here, hapo a line hii ya nje inaitwa exterior. So tumepata ni 72 degrees. Nataka hii ya ndani, so hii ya ndani ni interior because it is a regular. Regular inamaanisha the angles are the same. So ukiangalia hizi angles mbili, hii ya ndani na hii ya nje, both of them are lying on a straight line. That's why we say interior angle plus exterior angle is equals to 180. Kwa nini? They are lying on a straight line. So ukipatiwa moja, we can get to the other one. So if you want interior, it will be, take exterior to the right, inakuwa minus. So it is 180 minus exterior. So if you want the interior angle, it will be 180 minus 72, which is 180 minus 72. You will see it is 108. And therefore, the answer is C. So it is 108 degrees. And therefore, the answer is C. That is one way. I can also show you another easy way. So let's go which one you want. So you know that interior angle, size of the interior angle is equals to the sum of interior angle over the number of sides. Is equals to sum of interior angles over a number of sides. So interior angle will be, the formula ya sum 180 into n minus 2, over number of sides is n. So remember what is n? Remember the pentagon. N is 5. Where we have n, we put 5. Very easy. The interior angle will be 180 into a cup of 5 minus 2 over n5. So what is 5 minus 2 is 3. 3 times 180, 540. So this is 540 over 5. So if you divide this, you can see 540 divided by 5. The answer is the same, 108 degrees. So interior angle, the size is 108 degrees. So we're done with number 15. We continue to number 16. Kama umefollow hadi hapo na hujagonga hiyo like, you are not fair. Kindly consider making the video. We continue to number 16. A pole is erected on a flat ground. It forms an angle ABC with the ground as shown. What is the size of angle ABC? So very easy, you have to measure. Just pick your protractor, put it here, and then measure the angle. This is the angle that you measure. So now we want ABC. So you measure this size. So I'll send this paper if you want it so that you can measure the angle. Otherwise, means they are measure here, but you can measure and see which one is the correct option. Number 17, on the Cartesian plane, grade 8 work. The hammer plotted a point R on the Cartesian plane as shown. You can see here you have R. Nauliza nini? What are the coordinates of point R? So remember coordinates we read with. So we put brackets, there's an x-axis and then y-axis. So in x, in y. So shama hapo juu kwa x, I can see it is 3. Ukienda hivi ni 3, naenda kwa y, -2. So the coordinate is 3, -2. Very easy. So the answer is B. We continue to number 18. A surveyor wrote the length of a piece of land as 70 meters. She represented the length as 2.8 centimeter on a map. What was the scale used on the map? Very easy. This is a ratio scale. So remember, I usually tell people or students that we usually start with the map, and then you go to the ground. So usually start with map, then ground. And the units are in centimeters. Sawa? Tunaanza na nini? Kwa map, then you go to the ground, and the units in ratio are in centimeters. So first step, just write the way they are, no problem. Anza na map. Map ni nini? 2.8 centimeters. 2.8 centimeters ratio. Kwa tuko na 70 meters. Sawa? Remember tumesema units lazima ikuwe in centimeter. Hii ya kwanza iko sawa. Hii ya pili, you have to change from meters to centimeter. You multiply by 100. I know now you know these things. So 1 meter is equals to 100 centimeter. What about 70 meter? Itakuwa centimeters ngapi? You multiply. So if you multiply 70 times 100, it will be 7,000. So write this again. This will be 2.8 centimeter ratio 7,000 now centimeter. Now you divide by 2.8 centimeter, divide by 2.8 centimeter, and then here 2.8 centimeter. Why divide by 2.8 centimeter na tubaki na 1? So hii na hii na cancel, pia centimeter na centimeter na cancel, tunabaki na 1 is equals to, not is equals to, 1 is to divide 7,000 divided by 2.8, you'll see it is 2,500. So it is 1 is to 2,500. Na hii pia wana cancel. Therefore, the answer is D. For number 18, the answer is D. We continue to number 19. A painter placed a 3.2 meters long ladder at an angle of 30 degrees with a vertical wall. What was the distance from the bottom of the ladder from the foot of the wall? Very easy. So we have to draw a sketch. So wall, I can use this as a wall. Hii line ni yaka straight. So it's maybe nachore ladder yangu hapo. Then here we have the foot. So in the wall yangu. So this is 90. So a painter placed a 3.2 meters long ladder. So a ladder ni 3.2 meters long. 3.2 meters long. At an angle of 30 degrees with a vertical wall. So the angle is not here. This is the angle with the ground. Kwa hivyo kama hii ndio ladder, nimesema hii ndio wall. Hii ndio wall yangu. So the angle is here, up here. So that is where we have our 30 degrees. What was the distance from the bottom of the ladder? So kutoka hapa, from the foot of the wall. So from here to here, we want this distance. I can call it X. So this is trigonometry. Very easy. So remember something on SOHCAHTOA. SOHCAHTOA. So SOHCAHTOA, kama hapa ni 30, hii ndio opposite yake. So hii ni opposite. Let's change the color. Mwalisha hii ni opposite. Kama hii ni 90 inamaanisha iko huku ya hypotenuse. Remember, this is hypotenuse. And then hii tumebaki nayo hii side nyingine, sasa it is called adjacent. So naangalia tunataka x, so opposite, na tuko na one of the side hypotenuse. So gani iko na opposite na hypotenuse? We come here. Opposite hii inamaanisha aje? Kwanza tujue sokatoa. S is for sine, sine is equal to opposite of hypotenuse. C is for cos, adjacent of hypotenuse. T is for tan, opposite of adjacent. So yenye iko na opposite na hypotenuse, O na H ni sine. So utasema aje? Sine 30 degrees, the angle is 30. So sine 30 degrees is equals to opposite yake, which is a known x, of hypotenuse which is 3.2. You want to get x, very easy, multiply by 3.2 both sides. So on the right times 3.2, and the left times 3.2. So in a cancel, you can see x is equals to 3.2 sine 30. So take your calculator, press 3.2 sine 30. You'll see that the answer is 1.6. So the height, the distance is x is equals to 1.6 meters. And therefore, for number 19, the answer is D. We continue to number 20. The number of fish sold by a fishmonger was represented in a bar graph as shown. So here we have a bar graph. You can see Monday, number of fish, I'll use a 10. Tuesday, I'll use a 20. Wednesday, and so on. Now you go to the question. On which 2 consecutive days did the fishmonger sell the highest number of fish? So remember, consecutive inamaanisha siku zimefuatana. Use a highest number. So gani na gani aliuza highest number? So hebu angalia hapo, aliuza highest number. So ukiangalia Monday aliuza 10. Tuesday aliuza 20. Wednesday aliuza ngapi? Iko kwa 1 2 3 4 5. So Wednesday aliuza 12. Thursday kauza 5. You can see the height is 5. Ethiopia sim. Friday akauza the highest 25. So consecutive inamaanisha zimefuatana. So kazi yetu ni ku-add. So tuangalia hapa Tuesday and Wednesday. So tuna add Tuesday na Wednesday. How many fish? So hapa ni 32. Police 32 fishes. Monday and Tuesday, add 10 plus 20, lose 30. Wednesday and Thursday, add hiyo ni 17. 12 plus 5, 17. Thursday and Friday, 5 plus 25. You can see we have 5, 25. Inakuja 30. So gani ni highest? It is Tuesday and Wednesday. For number 20, the answer is A. Very easy. We're done with section A. Thank you so much for following along. Don't forget to like this video. We continue to section B. It is 80 marks. Answer all the questions in the space provided. Yes, thank you. Number 21. Cooperative society received the number of cartons of avocados from farmers in one season. How many times is the total value of digit 3 greater than the total value of digit 2 in the number? So our work is to write the number first. So here we have 1, 1, 8, 3. Then you have 5, 7, 2. Then you have 4, 8. Now total value of digit 3. So 3 kwa wapi? Inakuja ndo hii hapa. Total value very easy. Just drop the number. Replace all this other number with 0. So total value ya 3 itakuwa ni 3. 0 ngapi? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, yeah. 5. So 300,000. We'll get a mark for that. What about here 2? 2 ndio hii. Drop it. Replace this other with 0. So here 2 itakuwa ni nini? Itakuwa ni 2 na 0 mbili. So to get how many times? So how many times is the total value greater than? So you can see this one is greater than this. So nataka tujue ni mara ngapi. How many times? So we divide. So it will be 300,000 divided by 200. So we divide these two. 300,000 divided by 200. You'll see it is 1,500. So the answer is 1,500. And you score those 4 marks. Number 22. A fisherman on a boat saw a fish at a depth of 5 meters. He noticed a bird vertically above the fish at a height of 12 meters from the water surface. Is a number line to determine the distance between the fish and the bird. Very, very easy. So I'm going to draw a number line hapo, a straight line. Drawing is very difficult. So ukiona nimeshindwa, try draw yours using a ruler. So me, I'm using freehand. So you draw a straight number line, something like that. And then now from the water surface, we're going to put water surface here as my reference point. So this is why I have 0. So water surface is like 0. So hapo niko na 0, which is water surface. Then ameangalia a fish at a depth. So fish iko chini ya water surface. Kwa hivyo iko on the left, the negative side. So I'm going to put here -1, -2, -3, -4. Then this is where you have the fish, -5. Then you have a bird which is vertically above the water surface. So iko huku juu, so iko on the positive side. So 12 meters. So I'm going to say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. My space is limited. So we want the distance. So the distance between the fish, there you have the fish, but itakuwa huko kwa 12. So the distance, you just count how many steps. So we count the steps. So it will be, I'm going to show you, just count the steps. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Uendelee hadi kwa 12. Ukihesabu zote utapata the distance is equals to, it is 17. So the distance is 17. It is simply you're adding. So 5 plus 12 we get 17. So that is the distance. We ignore the negative because we want the distance. So iko chini, but we ignore the negative. We count the steps, but we use now a number line to show. We continue to number 23. A school bought some rice to be used for 6 days. Sawa. On the first day, the school used 1/6 of the rice. The second day, 1/5 of the remaining rice was used, and the rest of the rice was shared equally for the last 4 days. On the last day, the school used 7.5 kilograms. Determine, this is the applications of fraction, grade 8 work. A, the fraction of the rice that was shared equally for the last 4 days. Then B, the mass of the rice that the school had bought. Very, very easy. So you have to work step by step. Tuwakilia wapi hapa chini. So once na school used 1/6 of the rice. This is day 1. So first day. So first day alitumia 1/6 is equals to 1/6. So first day ni 1/6. First day ni 1/6. And continue. On the second day, a half of the remaining. So this is of important and remaining important. So 20 day 2. So second day, it is a 1/5 of multiplication of the remainder. So how do you get the remainder? Very easy. So remainder unafanya aje? So maybe you work out here. So remainder, tuwako wapi hapa? Somewhere here I teach you. So how do you get remainder? So fraction, ukiwa for example uko na 1/3. To get the remainder will be, just pick 1 minus 1/3. It is 2/3. So ukiwa na 7/10, mtu akuuliza what is the remainder? Just pick 1 minus 7/10. Itakuwa nini? Itakuwa ni 3/10. So here alitumia 1/6. So to get the remainder, so remainder will be 1 minus 1/6. So this is 5/6. So 1/5 of the remainder inamaanisha aje? Ni 1/5 multiplied by remainder ndio hii 5/6. So by 5, 1 by 5, 1, I can see day 2 alitumia pia 1/6. We continue. The rest of the rice was shared equally for the last 4 days. So the rest yenye ilibaki. Tuendelee sasa, yenye ilibaki wapi? Tufanye hiyo. So yenye ilibaki after ametumia day 1 and day 2. So you add the 2. So add hizo mbili. So day 1 ilikuwa 1/6. Used in 1/6 plus day 2, 1/6 also. We add this, you'll see it is 2/6, which is 1/3. So it is 2/6. It is equivalent to by 2, 1 by 2, 3. So it is 1/3. So hizo siku mbili wametumia 1/3. Nataka remainder. So remainder ni nini? Inachukua it is 1 minus 1 over 3. Itakuwa nini? It is 2 over 3. It is 2 over 3. This is the remainder. Hii sasa wana share equally for the last 4 days. Sasa hii wana share equally for the last 4 days. So equally inamaanisha ya kila siku wana share. So we divide by 4 to get ya siku moja. So to know the amount for 1 day to the remaining days, so it will be, tuandike aje sasa? Tuandike sasa for the last 4 days. So tumesema first day, second day, tuandike that day, tuandike aje? Anyway, we divide, so it will be 2 over 3 divided by 4. So 2 over 3 divided by 4, utapata the last 4 days walitumia per day, it was 1 over 6. Hii ni hapa siku moja, so it is 1 over 6 for the last 3 days. This one is for last 4 days. Last 4 days walitumia hiyo. So but inasema the fraction of the rice that was shared equally for the last 4 days, ndio tumepata jibu. So it is 1 over 6. We score those 2 marks. So it is 1 over 6. Part B, the mass of rice that the school had bought. Nataka yote ikiwa total. So nimeambiwa hapa siku ya mwisho walitumia nini? That's 7.5 kilograms. So very easy in to say. So we write where tumejapanga kazi. So we can maybe for part B, where do we do it? Maybe rub here, then we do it here. I hope umemaliza na hii. Allow me to rub this part. So that we can work out there. So tunafanya part B. So utasemaje part B? So 1 over 6 in for the last 4 days, each day was 1 over 6. So 1 over 6 is equivalent to 1 over 6 is equivalent to mass yake ndio hii tumepatiwa. That's 7.5 kilograms. That's 7.5 kilograms. What about ikiwa yote? So yote ni nini? 6 over 6. So tunajiuliza what about 6 over 6? What will be the mass? So tuna multiply hii na hii, then hii mimi inaenda chini, so inakuwa divide by. So it will be 6 over 6 to be, it will be 6 over 6 multiplied by 37.5. Hii ikienda chini inakuwa divide by, so nitaandika hapa divide by 1 over 6. So 6 over 6 is 1 times 37.5. Hii division I can change to multiplication and then I flip this one, so inakuwa 6 over 1. So pick a calculator, that's 7.5 times 6. You can see it is 225 kilograms. So shule ilikuwa imenunua 225 kilograms of rice. So the answer is 225 kilograms of rice. That is the answer to part B. And we score those 3 marks. Continue to number 24. A wall is in the shape of a square. Each side of the wall is 15 meters. So the wall is covered with square tiles, each 50 centimeter. Determine the number of tiles used. So here we have a wall. So tuko na wall kubwa. Now I'm going to draw so that you visualize. It's very, very easy. Maths is very easy. Bora uelewe. So this is my wall. It is a square, although this shape is not a square. So 15 meters. So 15 meters by 15 meters. Huku ndani tuna cover square tiles kadogo. So ndani tuko na ka square tile kamoja. So maybe a square tile wanaweka hapo. Ka square tile. Ingine pia wanaweka hapo. Ingine pia, so these are the square tiles. Na kamoja, hiyo tile, chora kamoja hapa, tumeambiwa it is 50 by 50. So 50 centimeters by 50 centimeters because it is square. So our work is to get the number of tiles used. So very easy, get the area of our floor or our wall divided by the area of one tile. So going to get the area. So area of the wall, going to use the area of the wall will be, so area is length times length because it is a square or side by side. So I'm going to change because equal in centimeters and equal in meters. I convert this into centimeter and multiply by 100. So it will be 1500. So it is 1500 times 1500. So itakuwa ngapi? Times 1500. It is 2,000,000 ni kubwa. It is 2,250,000. 2,250,000 centimeters square. Hiyo ni area of the wall. We continue on the right. You need area of the tile. Now area of the square tile. We're going to use area of the tile. Maybe use T. So area, it is side by side again. So it will be L times L. So it is 50 times 50. 50 centimeters times 50 centimeters. If you multiply this, so 50 times 50, you'll see it's 2,500 centimeters square. So it is 2,500 centimeters square. So each one will get a mark, and then now we want the number. So number utafanyaje? Utachukua area hii kubwa divided by area tile moja. So number of tiles. Number of the tiles will be the area of the wall, which is 2, because now the units are the same. So it is 2 million. You can change the color to maybe blue. 2,250,000 divided by 2,500. So divide the two with your calculator. So 2,250,000 divided by tile moja. You can see the number of tiles are 900, and therefore our answer is 900. We score those 5 marks. Number 25 on rates and proportion. Katana employed 4 men to weed his farm in 18 days. Determine the number of men Katana will need to weed the farm in 8 days. So I teach students using reasoning method. So this is men. Those who have been watching my videos wanajua hii method already. So men and days. You can pause this video and try. So here we have 4 men wanafanya kazi in 18 days. Determine the number of men Katana would need to weed the farm in 8 days. So here we have 8 days. So you reason this way. If 4 men take 18 days, what about now 8 days? Do we need more men or less? You can see siku zimepungua. Kwa hivyo tunataka watu wengi ndio wafanye kazi na siku chache. So it will be more men. So between these two, ask yourself which number is more. So between 18 and 18, yani ni more? Of course it is 18. So you pick the more, 18, over hiyo ingine, multiply by what you have there. So times 4. So 18 over 8 times 4. So by 4, 1, by 4, 2, by 2, 1, by 2, 9. So I can see it is 9. We need 9 men. So the answer is 9 men. You score those 3 marks. Hii method ikoaje? Is it easy or difficult? Let me know. So that is how you work out rates of work. Number 26. Amina shared some money among her 3 children, Muhammad, Fatuma, and Hussein. Muhammad received 3 times the amount of money than Fatuma received. Hussein received 700 more than Fatuma. If Fatuma received X shillings, write a simplified expression for the total amount of money that Amina shared. Very easy. Remember hapa kwa Fatuma equal X. So we start with Fatuma. Fatuma pesa alipata ni X. Let us go to nani. So hapa tumeambiwa Muhammad received 3 times. Na maanisha you multiply 3 times the amount of money that Fatuma received. So Muhammad itakuwa ni 3 times. So ni 3 times ya Fatuma ni X. So itakuwa ni 3X. Very easy. And then Hussein received. So tuko na mwingine hapa anaitwa Hussein. Hussein received 7,000 more. Huwa inamaanisha ameshinda Fatuma na 7,000. So if you hear more, we add. So kama Fatuma yake ni X, huyu yake amemshinda na 7,000. So itakuwa ni X plus 7,000. Kama ni less, we subtract. Unataka nini? Write a simplified expression to the total amount of money that Amina shared. So I'm going to Amina alishare. So amount to total una add. So total will be just add. Kwanza na nani? Fatuma yake ni X. Muhammad ni 3X. Huyu mwingine ni X plus 7,000. So add, collect like terms together. X plus 3X, 4X, 4X plus X, 5X. So this is 5X plus 7,000. Remember you want a simplified expression. So simplified inamaanisha aje? We factorize. So hapa I can see 5 is common. 5 na hapa iko common. So I'm going to factor out 5. I remain with X. So 7,000 divided by 5. I can say is 1,400. So it is X plus 1,400. So that is a simplified expression, you score those 3 marks. Continue to number 27.